As you know, the main job of Congress is to make laws. However, that is not their only job. Section 1, Article 8 of the Constitution outlines all of the powers of Congress. The first is to lay and collect taxes. Congress fulfills this job by passing laws that decide how much taxes will be and by establishing the IRS, which is an agency that collects taxes. The second power is to borrow money. The next power that Congress has is to regulate commerce with foreign nations and between states. This is known as the Commerce Clause and is interpreted broadly. The Supreme Court, under Chief Justice John Marshall, used the Commerce Clause in many cases to give Congress more power, but Supreme Court, under Chief Justice William Rehnquist, restricted the Commerce Clause, which gave the states more power. The fourth power of the Congress is to establish a uniform rule of naturalization and uniform laws on bankruptcies. This means that Congress has the job to establish legal requirements for citizenship. Also, Congress has the job to establish laws concerning bankruptcies. This has been executed in the Bankruptcy Reform Act of 1978, which has since been edited. The next two powers of Congress are the power to coin money and the power to punish counterfeiting. This means that Congress makes the money for the nation and can punish those who illegally produce money. The next power that is given to Congress in Article 1, Section 8 is the power to establish post offices and post roads. The next power is the power to establish copyrights and patents. Copyrights and patents give the creator of an original work exclusive rights to that work. This means that the creator says who can and cannot copy his work, and he has the right to be credited. Congress has the power to define and punish piracies and felonies committed at sea. The next power is the power to declare war, which means that if the president wants to declare war on a country, he must first go through Congress to get approval. Congress also has the power to raise and support armies. Congress can also provide and maintain a navy, which is its next power. The last power laid out in Article 1, Section 8 is the power to make all laws that are necessary and proper to execute these powers. This is the Elastic Clause. This clause gives Congress the power to make laws that are needed to carry out all the powers we have just talked about. For example, Congress created the National Bank to carry out the power to tax. This is justified by the Elastic Clause. Congress is bicameral, which means that it is composed of two houses. The first is the House of Representatives, also known as the lower house of Congress. Representatives are elected every 2 years. In order to become a representative, one must be at least 25 years old, a citizen for 7 years, and must reside in the state he or she is elected to represent. The number of representatives is set at 435 and is decided for each state based on population. The number of representatives for each state can change, as it did in 1963 after the 1960 census was taken. The House of Representatives has the sole power of impeachment. Remember, impeachment only means accuse. The second house of Congress is the Senate, also known as the upper house of Congress. Senators are elected every 6 years, but the elections are staggered. 1/3 of the Senate is elected every 2 years. For example, 1/3 of the Senate was elected in 2008, and that same third will remain in the Senate for 6 years, until 2014, when they will be up for election again. In 2010, a different third of the Senate was elected and will be up for election again in 2016. The last third will be elected in 2012 and will be in the Senate until 2018. There are 2 senators from each state, which is a total of 100 senators. In order to become a senator, one must be at least 30 years old, have been a citizen for 9 years, and he or she must reside in the state that they were elected from. The Senate has the sole power to try impeachments. This means that they convict the president and remove him from office if he is found guilty. Now we are going to look at how a bill becomes a law. This is a good picture of how a bill is passed through Congress to become a law. Let's follow the purple line. First, the bill has to be drafted. This means that someone, either a congressman, the administration, or others, has to actually write the bill. Then it goes to the House. The House sends it to a committee, which is a group that handles a certain topic. For instance, if the bill was concerning natural resources, it might go to the Standing Committee in the House of Natural Resources. The committees have different hearings and then vote to report the law. Members of the committee will then write a report and send it back to the House along with the bill, where the House will debate and vote on the bill. If it gets passed, the bill goes to the Senate, and the process starts over. The Senate sends it to a committee, the committee writes a report and sends it to the Senate, who will debate and vote. If the vote passes, both houses meet to resolve differences if needed and vote on the bill a third time. If this vote passes, the bill is then sent to the President to approve. Remember, the President has the power to veto, which means that he can reject the law and the bill will have to change and go through the same process all over again. If the President signs the bill to be passed, then the bill becomes a law. This is the main job of Congress. Remember, Congress is bicameral, which means it has two houses. Those houses are the House of Representatives and the Senate. The main job of Congress is to make laws, but Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution lays out all of the other jobs of Congress.